Welcome back to Real TV, and I'm Stephen King, the real Stephen King. And man, y'all make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button. But this video I'm finna share with y'all is another example of police violence against the people and the systems of governance over the people is maintained through fear, and the agents that instill these fear amongst the people, that keep the people in line, are these organizations. And you will see throughout time that when the state feels like it's losing control over the people, that the propaganda that is being spread amongst the people is not being digested in a way that seems fit to them, then you will see these animals get more vicious and vicious as the days pass. But I'll be back with my comments. Check this video out.
An Oaklawn police officer facing criminal charges for the beating of a teenager last July during an arrest.
And WGN's Jenna Barnes is joining us from our newsroom now with more details. Jenna?
Ray and Dina, these are charges that advocates in the Arab American community have been pushing for months. The Chicago Sun-Times reports one of the three officers involved in the July beating and arrest of Hadi Abutella has been indicted.
Why are they beating him like this?
This witness video of the Oaklawn police beating and arrest of 17-year-old Hadi Abutella sparked protest last summer.
This is outrageous! This ain't right!
And now, nearly 7 months later, one of the officers involved is facing charges. The Chicago Sun-Times reports a Cook County grand jury indicted Officer Patrick O'Donnell Tuesday on counts of aggravated battery and official misconduct in connection to the arrest.
It's a step in the right direction.
A move that comes after unrelenting pressure from advocates.
We've been calling and meeting and everything with Kim Foxx's office, saying that we want to see charges brought against these three officers.
And they say they won't stop until the other two officers involved are also charged. Abutella's injuries were serious, a broken pelvis and bleeding on the brain. The high school senior's lawyers say he's still recovering.
Knowing that he's dealing with this really traumatic incident is definitely difficult for him.
Oaklawn police dashboard cameras captured Abutella running from a traffic stop that police say they initiated because they smelled marijuana coming from the car. During the teen's arrest, police say he reached for a bag from which they later recovered a gun.
Had the offender drawn that weapon, he could have shot him. Or were they supposed to wait for him to pull it out?
Oaklawn's police chief defended his officers in the days after the beating. As one of those officers now faces criminal accountability, Abutella's lawyers are also pursuing a federal civil rights lawsuit against the department.
It's a pattern that needs to stop, and we need to hold these officers accountable so that other officers know that this behavior is not tolerated and completely unacceptable.
Abutella faced charges in juvenile court. His attorney says that case has been adjudicated. Tonight, an Oaklawn division chief declined our request for comment. We've also reached out to the state's attorney's office and so far have not heard back. Ray and Dina.
All right, thank you, Jenna.
Now, some would say he shouldn't have ran from the police. Now, what we have to understand is that that's why the court system exists. That's why so many laws on the books, one being fleeing and eluding. That's a charge when you run from the police. It's not the officer's job to be judge, jury, and executioner to decide what type of punishment you deserve. Their job is to arrest, and it's the court's duty and responsibility to issue out punishment. If it was the officer's job to be judge, jury, and executioner, then it would be no need for juries. It would be no need for judges or courtrooms. So we have to understand the duties and responsibilities of these officers that travel these roads and byways that's inside of your communities, because we have a tendency to agree with this violence that's done against us. Some will say, oh, you must comply, you must comply. Well, let me tell you something. There's a lot of people that have complied with the law. Some ended up dead, some ended up with beatings, just like these. That's why this type of behavior has to stop. That's why people have to continue to speak out against it. And that's why these officers have to be charged. Because they're criminal in their behavior. They are not judge, jury, nor executioner. But this is all about maintaining fear amongst the people. That's why these videos are distributed and shared across the world. You look at them on your phones, and for some everyday citizens, it brings about a fear that's uncontrollable when you see them lights in the back of your car. When you're being accosted by these officers because you don't know what might happen. On the dark road, broad daylight, it really don't matter. Because if you run into some of these animals, ain't no telling what they might do to you. So people need to wake up and understand that these people's rights are being violated in some of the most heinous ways possible. We seen the beating and death of that brother in New York that was incarcerated. We have seen thousands upon thousands of these videos. And the people need justice. So y'all make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. And let me know, do you agree with what I'm saying or do you disagree? Do you feel that these agents of the state was right in their behavior or not? But this is a conversation that needs to constantly be had so we can come together as a community and decide enough is enough. And with that being said, I'm going to talk to you guys later.